Hello, hello. Welcome to CoKo Plays. I'm giving a break here for the music. It's incredible. Incredible. So this is my first time streaming Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played through the game last year before I started doing streams. I think it was actually right before I started doing streams because soon after I played, the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree came out, and I had it in mind to stream my playthrough of that. And so even though I had like a microphone and my phone for a webcam before that, I was too lazy to set everything up. And with Elden Ring DLC, I got the push. But unfortunately, that means I missed out on my Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1. So it's kind of confusing. Like, Final Fantasy VII Remake is Part 1 of a 3-part remake, and Part 2 is already out. And I haven't played that yet, so at least that'll be on the stream. But anyway, I really couldn't say enough good things about the Part 1 of Final Fantasy VII Remake. I had so much fun playing it. I think the way they did storytelling was wonderful. And like, the gameplay's fine and all, but it's really just the storytelling that was remarkable. And I wanted to do the DLC, but after I beat Part 1, I just kind of was like, I need a break from this type of game. So I put it down for a while, and mostly I want to play it now in order to be able to just delete the install from my system and free up some space for whatever I want to do next, because I've had it installed for a while. Okay, so last year, when I played the game, I activated the DLC, but I haven't actually done anything. I think this is there might be like a intro scene before this where I walked up to wherever I'm at now, and it was just kind of like almost like a tutorial for the DLC, like new character. I think you got activated the combat system to see roughly how it works, but no story stuff started. And to be honest, I don't even remember anything about it. Let's see if I can get... So part of this DLC playthrough is gonna be watching me remember how this game works. I got quite comfortable with the combat system. The way it worked was like you use the real-time button pressing combat to increase your ATB bar, and then you did normal turn-based combat choices on a menu, and that was like a reasonable blend of things. Like, it didn't really matter what you did in like the real-time fighting part of it. You could optimize some things about it, but it wasn't that big a deal. But the rest of it, like the strategy of like which characters use which abilities in what order, that was very Final Fantasy. Maintained what it felt like to play the original games. But it'll take me a bit to remember, and I got quite good at it. And like which materia to have equipped and how to level them up and all that. I was optimizing a lot of things back then, but I forget like all of those things. Okay, so there's some characters around me that I gotta talk to. I'm in the Sector 7 slums in Avalanche's base, I guess. So I'm Yuffie, and I have the Cure spell. Do I have access to... there we go. Four-point shuriken. Seems to be the only weapon I've used. It's got a proficiency of 10%. Yeah, I remember that system too. You got to do certain attacks to make yourself proficient in a weapon. It's pretty easy to do. Ninja armlet is armor, doubles amount of AP. It's attribute points, activity points. I forget. Alright, I got wind, deadly dodge, healing, steadfast block. Oh, cool. Yeah, so these types of things are ways you can, like, optimize your real-time combat. So, like, this kind of thing was the optimization game that I played of, like, what things to put all of my levels into for up materia first to get the most long-term bang for my buck. There's a lot of materia in the base game. Oh, parry, okay. Hold the right button and press B to activate. Yeah, I don't remember like what buttons were things like for fighting. The weapon upgrading system was a little silly, but it's fine. Alright, I don't think I have any of her like limit breaks yet. But it was cool to have like shortcut buttons for those, because when you got into rhythm in battle, you ended up using a lot of these things quite regularly, and you could really stay engaged with like the control options they give you. Okay, I got some beans as a key item. I don't know if I started with that or if I got it leading up to here. That's my party. Let's see. Let's look at her like base attributes. So a little bit stronger attack versus magic attack, but you know, kind of close on both. Same with defense and magic defense. So you could probably like optimize her towards whichever path you want more, or kind of leave her as a general purpose type of player. Okay, this might actually help to look at. So Yuffie can fight effectively both up close and from range. So X to strike a foe with throwing star, and then hold it to continue attacking while putting distance. Cool. Pressing Y will launch her throwing star. And while it's away, press X to have attack with her ninjutsu. That's kind of neat. So like if I'm close to someone, I can press X to hold the throwing star and strike them with it, and then hold X to move far away while in, you know, the throes of combat. And then when I get far away, then press Y to actually throw it, and then X to do like martial attacks. This is all kind of neat. The ability, and there's an elemental ninjutsu, can charge elemental affinity. So right now I've started off as a non-elemental throwing star stuff, but that's all good. And then use it to act as like a range weapon and hit stuff far away. That's cool. I'm sure that was covered in like the tutorial of the DLC, but it is so long ago I forget it. Okay. That's cool. I just want to look at the controls. I'm not going to go through the entire manual. Okay, so left button shows stats, right button dash. Okay. Oh, that's out of battle. Minimap, stuff, interact, talk, move. Okay, that's all good. And then battle controls. That's really what I want to remember. So that right button is guard. That's where the parry comes into play. And then there's a shortcut menu. And then the triggers are for changing the player you're giving commands to. Oh, no, it's slightly different. There's up, down, left, right on the directional pad to change to that player. The triggers are just for giving commands while keeping focus on the same player. I didn't really use that as much. I just liked changing to the player that I was commanding to make it feel a bit more like the old days. But sometimes it was useful to just quickly issue a command. Alright, unique ability is the Y. I got it. Magic potency. I don't know what those things are. I forget that kind of stuff. Alright, I'm going to need a lot of refreshing on the combat.
You must be tired from your trip. Why don't you get some rest?
With all the noise in this city? Impossible. How about you tell me where in the Shinra building they're keeping that materia instead? Don't hold out on me now. I know you know.
Actually, I kind of don't. At least, not an exact location. All I know is that Shinra, for most purposes, treats materia as a weapon. Which means the Advanced Weaponry Division probably deals with it. And since that's in the basement...
I see. So, Shinra hides its top-secret materia in the basement. You won't have to wait much longer, my precious. I promise.
Just be careful, will you? Please? Oh yeah, you should introduce yourself to Billy Bob. He knows a thing or two about the Shinra building.
Billy Bob. Okay. We're trying to steal materia from the Shinra building. I don't remember why, but we are.
My teeth.
You're welcome. So the materia I'm looking for is in the Shinra building, right? And where is that exactly?
Ignorance truly is bliss, huh?
What did you just say?
Oh, didn't mean to offend you. Of course, you probably knew this already, but there's a whole other city built on the plate above us. Shinra building's right in the middle. You can't miss it.
Oh, that one. Why didn't you say so?
Now, if you want to get topside, you first gotta get out of the slums. And for help with that, you should talk to Polk.
You look kind of nervous.
I just want to make sure I have the plan down pat. You know, like how to get up top and all that.
Well, if you had an ID, you'd normally just take the train up there. But with all the commotion going on, that's not really an option. Security's on high alert. If you ask me, your best bet is to sit tight and wait for things to settle down some.
Sit tight, but I want to go now.
Yeah,
Be my
sitting
guest
tight
then.
isn't quite what she does.
Harsh.
But it is like using the DLC as a way to give you an introduction to a character who's going to join the main party. I played Final Fantasy VII when I was a kid, of course, so I know the story pretty well. So it's no surprise to me that, you know, she joins the party, but like she had no real character development in the original game, not very much, and it was optional that she joined your party. So that's probably why she didn't have a lot of kind of backstory. And this game has been using its time to like flesh out more story than there was in the original, and doing it well. And so the idea of like a DLC to introduce your character solo, and then, you know, whatever's going to happen in part 2 with her joining up with the party, that'll just make it more impactful, and then we can learn even more about her, I assume. So it's a nice idea, and like the fact that she's kind of the backstory they seem to be giving her is also that of someone rebelling against authority, you know, with a leaning towards putting things right with regards to environmental considerations, or at least like something related to, you know, where she's from. So she's a natural fit for the group, and we get to see that, I think, as part of this DLC.
Sonon's still not back? Must be in Wall Market then.
What's Wall Market?
Let's just say it's a place for people with mature tastes.
Mature tastes.
There's lots of different establishments. It's kinda hard to explain.
No, I think I get it. Like bars filled with smoke so thick you can't even see, and drinks so bitter you want to spit them right back out. Where everyone gets drunk and complains about how kids just don't understand the value of hard work. They'll be the death of society. Ugh, how can they not see that they're the ones destroying it?
See, exactly. See,
Wutai's got a place
just
like that.
you get a sense of her character
Lives
just through
away.
dialogue like that.
It's called the Happy Turtle.
Interesting. There's a happy turtle in Midgar as well.
Yeah, so Wutai is
I
where
don't
she's
know where
from.
exactly, because I've never actually been, but I do see their flyers from time to time.
You do, huh? Oh, they're taking down Midgar one citizen at a time. I salute you, Happy Turtle.
Come to think of it, there's a man who goes around putting up flyers for the bar. People call him Old Snapper, and he doesn't dress like your average Midgar male. Might be from Wutai.
I gotta find him. Man deserves some Dachau beans.
Aha! That's what the Dachau beans are for. Yeah, so I love this stuff. Like I love you know, I think in storytelling, like the core of a good story comes from characters, and so like, you know, whether or not what the character reveals leads to developments in the plot, you know, it doesn't matter so much as they're revealing information about themselves, and that's what's compelling in the short term and the long term. And so just like having these small interactions where they're talking about, you know, a nightclub area with, you know, bars and stuff, and like not really necessarily integral to the next steps. Of course, it turned out to kind of be, but that's an opportunity to learn about the character, and I like that. So like this, you know, the expectation that Yuffie might not be sophisticated enough to get what's going on here, and she's like, no, I understand this stuff. This isn't beyond me. And then paired with like a story of like, you know, old men blaming the youth, right? So it's this like rebellious spirit of like, you know, old people think we're the ones that's wrong with the world, but it's really them, and you know, we got to fix it for them. Yeah, that's giving you her motivation to doing a lot of this.
Getting here must have been quite a journey.
You know about the VR combat simulation module, right?
I might want to try this, actually.
Of course I do. Why wouldn't I? It's that thing that stimulates modulation.
It's a machine that puts you in a virtual world where you can practice fighting all you want. There's even a portable version of it. The guy around the corner has one.
Uh-huh.
Hardly ever see technology that cutting edge down here. So what do you say? Want to try
I
it?
do.
I really don't have time to be playing around with some stimulator. But just to be polite, I guess I'll take it for a spin.
Some stimulator.
The guy's name is Chadley. He's over by the neighborhood watch. If you ever feel like some virtual training, I'm sure he'd be happy to help.
I don't think I would have if I had just played this directly after I played the base game, but I think I'd like to.
You look about ready to die of boredom. Want to play Fort Condor?
Fort Condor?
I should have known. It hasn't been out long, so there's no way you W's would have heard of it.
W's.
Yes I have. And what's more, I'm awesome at it. I'll whoop you so hard you'll wonder if you ever knew the rules.
For my benefit, then. Let me go over them.
Hey, like a mini game? What? Alright. So, the classic, or, you know, classic is a weird word to say with respect to Final Fantasy that's been around for 30 plus years. But these like mini games gain steam over the Final Fantasy series, and in many instances outshine the actual game. So it's cool that they're giving us one here. So, board game where you employ units and materia to destroy your opponent's headquarters. Got it. Before play begins, let's select a loadout. You can select what board to use, which will determine the number of ATB charges and materia available to you, along with the units you wish to deploy. It's interesting how this like kind of game has got a lot of the stuff from the world, like materia. I wonder if they're gonna merge the two things and you like do a strategy game within the main story where you like command a squad. Probably not, but I think it's more from like the kind of realism of the world, making it feel like this would be a type of game that they would create because materia is a real thing in their world. So they would use that in creating games. Okay, so choose units and board appropriately. And the opposition's board we can see, so each unit has a weakness we can exploit. And then you can't edit your board or units at the moment, so press A to start. Gotcha. I just want to do the materia details. So, we got the starter board with the starting ATB of 8. That's like, I guess, somewhat fully charged. And then materia that shows like fire and healing. We got headquarters outposts, so do they. Looks like it's the same defense and attack rating. And we got some units. Not exactly the same. And then what's the... we only have one board anyway. There's an ordering thing on the right of units that says like a shield pointing to sword pointing to bow. Is that the order actions are taken in? I guess we'll find out when we play. So is this like turn-based? When the game begins, both you and your opponent will each have 3 bases, a headquarters, and 2 outposts. To win the match, you must either destroy your opponent's headquarters or have more bases left standing when the timer runs out. Units will automatically march forward and engage enemies once they've been deployed. Okay, so semi-automated, they walk forward and engage. Unit cost. Each unit has an ATB cost required to place on the board. Your ATB charges, which refill over time, can be viewed at the top of the screen. I see it. And then press A to deploy a unit. Okay, that's that. So I guess we should play a unit where theirs are. I put it right up front. So what would be good against this security officer unit? Move the cursor to the spot you wish to deploy, then press A to begin selecting the unit. To change the drop location, press cancel and reselect. Okay. So, unit is assigned 1 of 3 roles: Vanguard, Range, or Defense. Pay close attention to these roles as they determine what enemies a unit will be effective against. Okay, so it's the same unit type, but they're assigned a role. Well, my unit details have the role on the icon, so never mind that. Just the type of the unit you deploy is, should be strategically chosen. So Vanguard are effective against Ranged, Ranged are effective against Defense, and Defense are effective against Vanguard. Sure. So the security officer is in the Vanguard, so if I put a defensive unit there, that'll be effective against the security officer. There's stuff back there. There's like a king piece. Is that the that's like the base, whatever it was called. So advantages and disadvantages. The unit's role is displayed above them. Yep. When placing it in the board, enemy troopers that are at a disadvantage will be highlighted. A diagram that illustrates the relationship between 3 roles can be viewed at any time. So you can move the cursor anywhere within your territory and as far as your furthest unit has advanced. Oh, interesting. So you want to have something move forward and advance the front line so you can like continue deploying units up there. That's cool. That sounds fun. Okay, so I would want a Vanguard unit, but I can't do that because of why? Right? It feels like there should be a reason. Is it a ATB limitation? No. Did I go too far forward or something? No. Yeah, it's just like, are they like, I can only pick within like the first 4 that are open to me, and then like they move up in the turn order or something? That kind of seems right. So none of these are effective against the Vanguard. So maybe I'll just put these to march forward over here. Put my own security officer. And then I'll put a blast right here. Oh, it got taken out by like the base. Okay, put a guard dog over here. So magic attacks. Materia allows you to use powerful spells during a match. Press LF button to select the location to cast your magic. Okay. Offensive spells work differently in Fort Condor in that they do not deal elemental damage. Instead, it has an attack pattern. So spells can only be used once per battle. And what do I do? Left button? Okay. Let's try it out. Fire. Hey, my defensive guy is moving the front forward. Great job. I need to wait for more ATB. Okay, let's get a security officer going. Well, let's just press our advantage then. And let's use the spell. Did I use it? I think so. Cool. So we got a sentry gun prototype, which I guess is defense for within this game, and Condor coin, which probably can be spent somewhere outside of the game. We'll see.
Damn, Yuffie, how'd you do that? You totally kicked my ass.
You mean you didn't lose on purpose? Wow.
Well, if you're looking for a challenge, the Undercity's got no shortage of serious players.
I've kind of got better things to do.
Sure about that? Word is, if you beat the Grandmaster, you can win some serious cash. Materia, too.
Materia?
That's right. But you should know, the hardcore competitors won't give you the time of day till you've proven yourself.
Whatever. Bring it on! All this talking's giving me a headache. I'm gonna go do some recon.
I won't stop you. Just don't go too far, okay?
So, yeah, these are members of Avalanche that are within Sector 7, helping me out. Okay, what were those items I got? Okay, so these are items for within the game. Sorcerer board, that's the board that was used against me. And I got, you know, okay, so yeah, sentry gun prototype is a unit within the game. And I got the Condor coins, so currency in use among players of the game for Condor, trade them to Old Snapper for items. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Like, if you do well in the game, you get a bunch of Condor coin, you can use it for items in the real world. Cool. I wonder where, like, yeah, so this toggles objectives. And then there's Midgar City map. Yeah, okay. I remember this. So Sector 7 Slums is somewhere we didn't, I think. Maybe? Or did we visit it in the base game? I forget which numbered slums or which numbered sectors we participated in. The one that's missing the top plate is the one we destroyed. So that was sector either 6 or 8. I forget which one. 6 sounds right. But I kind of want to see it. Okay, so this is what I wanted to see, a description of the various tasks that we have. So, mastering for Condor, defeat the for Condor Grandmaster. That's a side quest. That's in Avalanche's base. So scout out Sector 7 is the main quest. Do some recon while awaiting Sonon's return. And then there's the combat simulator. Oh yeah, Chadley, that's right. I remember that character. And the Happy Envoy? Right. So relative to current position.
Hey, you up for a round of Fort?
Not right now. That was fun.
You sure?
I did enjoy it. How do I run? Ah, right. Okay, so we got a mini map. Yeah, let's have the mini map on right now. What do these other buttons do? Sort of like a planning board. Is that permanently up, or does that HUD? No, I think it only comes up when you press the command menu or something. So Avalanche has some plans for something. Looks kind of like an infiltration plan with some lines of movement for people and color-coded objects of interest. That circle diagram. Huh. Is the Mako reactors? I don't know. Not sure what those are. Hello. Cool. Thank you.
Yeesh. Those chow beans are really something else. I think I broke a tooth.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I just do it for fun every so often.
Hey, you're a ninja, right? So, like, how crazy was your training?
Thank you. Pretty crazy.
Must be cool being a ninja, sneaking around the place. Yeesh. Those chow beans are really something else. I think I broke a tooth.
Still can't believe you came all this way on your own. So the Happy Turtle's from Wutai, huh? I never knew.
Cool, thanks.
Old Snapper's a character. You'd like him.
Thank you. I might do that, but I'm not soliciting any work done for my channel just now. I like the way that she's animated to like jump on the bench. That's great. We got that Final Fantasy VII music. I don't share any social media, but thank you though. So this... Is this area where I've been before? This kind of looks familiar, actually. Yeah. Cool, thanks. Yeah, this was an area that I spent a lot of time in the base game. It's been a while, so I don't really remember it that well. But it's definitely the same area.
But he was real. Oh, I suppose it could have been the booze.
Oh, see, these are other Fort Condor players that I could potentially go play with to improve my player level. Cool, thank you. I'll consider you know, reaching out for artwork if I want to expand my channel. So you're the turtle guy, so this is like kind of advancing that storyline. I kind of want to do the combat before I do that. Remind myself how it works. Yeah, I remember this school. Sorry kids, I'm knocking boxes all over you. Practicing some sword techniques. Aw, they're talking about getting married when they're older.
You think she hurt herself during rehearsals, maybe? Could have been a stunt gone wrong. Oh yeah, that'd explain all the shooting earlier.
That's interesting. The kids were trying to rationalize like events that they heard happened secondhand. Events that we as the primary party were responsible for, involved in, at least. Not waving to me. Bearded guy with beanie.
You're not gonna believe this, but you know that new tenant who just moved in? Retired.
Trying to remember what was where. I think this was the train station? Yeah, Undercity Station.
What? Like some kind of spy or something? Dunno, but I might report them to the watch.
I won't go out there just yet.
Keeps neighbors from...
I'll stick around here, refamiliarize myself with the game and mechanics, and explore a little bit just to get comfortable again before I kick off like the main story. Also kind of soak it in. You know, the base game definitely started off more slowly to kind of give you time to get used to things, and it was real nice how it did that. The DLC kind of like assumes you've have a passing familiarity with everything, and I've kind of lost some of that context, so I'm gonna start off slow just to like get used to the environment again, look around. Like, they did a great job realizing the world. Like, I was hooked from the opening cutscene. Alright, so here's a Condor, Fort Condor player.
Is ensuring that your units... Wait, what was a unit again? And then there's formations and placement? Who came up with this stuff?
So he's like a level 1 player, so he's kind of like struggling with
So the key to victory
basics of
is ensuring
strategy.
that your units... Wait, what was a unit again? And then there's formations
So
and
anti-avalanche
placement.
propaganda,
Who came up with this stuff?
naturally.
Alright, I brought those nails and screws you want. Now can I please have a job?
I said I'd think about it. My answer's no. There's no future for you in this kind of business.
But without a job, I got no future at all.
So, dad talking with his kid. He doesn't want him to follow in the family business.
Gonna give up your dream of living on the plate? Yeah, you're gonna wish I had it.
Bring it on, old man.
What was it again? Airbuster was so cool.
Yeah, the Airbuster was so cool.
Moving costs money.
I think that thing probably killed like dozens of people. But yeah, it was so cool.
I like it here.
I like how he's holding a cigarette from the tip.
Good thinking. With no supplies coming in, people would just have to make do to scrap.
So we get to it first and make a
I
kill.
heard the sun's over in full got turned off. And the whole
I have to turn my volume up because it's tough to hear some of this dialogue.
Those things are massive. Must suck up a ton of power.
I don't, but it sounds scary.
I actually don't know what the audio levels are going to be like on the stream. I usually do one recording session and then listen to it and try and figure out what the right levels are for everything.
I guess that means they're safe for at least a bit longer. Isn't there someone from Wutai working at that bar? No. Really? We should tell the authorities. You never know. They might be a spy.
Oh, don't tell the authorities about somebody from Wutai working at the bar. So Wutai is kind of like, you know, a group of people known to be anti-government. So this is going towards the train station, right? Yeah. I kind of remembered that. I said I wasn't going to go out there, and then I went out there.
Sir? What are we gonna do?
We're going to concentrate on our jobs and not worry about things that don't concern us.
But what if Avalanche is hiding somewhere in this sector?
What if? It's okay, they're only in a place with like signs and plans hung up.
I'm waiting, my friend! Come out, wherever you are!
Hey, it's this guy.
Why, hello there! Forgive me
Roche.
for saying, but you remind me of a dear friend of mine. Perhaps you've met him?
I don't know. Is he Shinra too?
Perhaps. My name is Roche, by the way. Ordinarily, your ill-concealed hostility and exotic wardrobe would give me pause. But not today, for I am here on business of a personal nature. Looking for my aforementioned friend.
What's his name?
Oh, I only wish I knew. But I can tell you that he has a real need for speed, as they say. And while he boasts a very large sword, his first love is plainly his mount.
Yeah, he sounds great. Say, is that Fort Condor I see over there? You play?
I'm always ready for a round of Fort Condor. Though, I suspect a delicate flower like you would wither if exposed to my scorching passion for the game. Maybe after some practice,
Okay. So once I'm a sufficient level, I can challenge him. I actually don't think he was in the base game. For a second, I thought he was one of those like side characters you got to know a little bit better, whose names I'm forgetting right now because my brain is turned to mush.
I don't think I want to be his friend.
but I don't believe so. I mean, he does have that bike,
Don't be shy.
like the one we rode on. Maybe that was him?
Let me see that dour face of yours.
Apparently we're going to war.
Jackpot! I'll be rolling in gil. I'm gonna sell you and buy her some muscle. It's just the two of us on the
This point, I'll work for just about anyone.
world is waiting.
You think Avalanche pays its members?
If we leave now,
You think Avalanche pays its members? At this point, I'll work for just about anyone.
This is a pretty good pop song.
let's roll. Take your
You
hand,
think
bud.
Avalanche pays its members? At this point, I'll work for just about anyone.
Oh, baby.
It's got pretty much the right structure and sounds and lyrics to be a widely played pop song.
You think Avalanche pays its members? At this point, I'll work for just about anyone.
Can't believe this. One of my friends lives in Sector 5.
Sector 5. So is that the one we dropped the plate on? No, I don't think so.
Oh, they've got those ninja guys in Wutai, right?
All right, so my clothing is marking me as Wutai because that character, that guy was like, "Hey, they got ninjas there, right?"
Did you hear about any new developments?
Did I hear about any new developments? That's like the most bland small talk.
I wonder if the
So I know I got my overlay turned on so that my screenshots are coming through the channel. You're just gonna have to get used to me taking a lot of them.
none. That's what. Especially when
It's like real life. I just I like composing
want to change anything.
nice angles. Makes me feel like I'm there.
Wutai. Why does that name ring a bell?
Shinra invaded Wutai first.
Shinra invaded Wutai first, you say?
Hard not to sympathize with him.
Hey, you two got a death wish or something? Stop running your mouths. You never know who could be listening.
Like me, from Wutai. Almost looks like I could climb on that.
Not well, I bet.
I remember the base game did a good job of like marking what was interactable, what you could go on. You know, there were still plenty of things to discover by exploring and trying stuff out. But, you know, you weren't like playing a guessing game of, you know, can I climb on top of a structure based on like intuition.
Oh no, the trains aren't running. My head's freaking killing me.
Gotta say, I'm really gonna miss enjoying
Well, it's not like the plate's going anywhere. You're gonna get topsider tomorrow.
Yeah, this poster was up, I remember, from the base game, Loveless.
Well, maybe it is one, and they just haven't gotten around to
And here I was looking for plate.
Sorry for bumping into you.
crying out loud, shit. Good freaking job.
Sorry, I just want to see what's going on. I don't want to bump into you.
I mean, there's lots of good stuff, but these prices.
Haggle. Set them up. Say you won't go any higher than 5 gil. Okay, so can I buy stuff?
Oh, that is such a cute hat. I love Moogles.
I love noodles. Alright, potion, Phoenix down, antidote. Do I have any gil? I do. I have the heal materia, but having a couple potions in stock, you know, can't hurt me. Same with Phoenix Downs. Maybe not as many of those to start out with. Okay, we got 2 antidotes. See if we need more later.
Looking for quality you can trust? This is your one-stop shop. Don't be like that. You should treat it like a little vacation. Stay the night.
They say the trains will resume. The city's blowing up all around.
Sounds like the trains will be running for a while. Except we got some work to do.
Oh, plate's no
They
place
said
to be
they'll
right
evict me if I don't pay up this month.
How are you gonna get the money?
I'm not.
Swing! I'm playing Airbuster. Big
It's great because you don't necessarily need to like stop and pay attention to every single thing being discussed. But just like their tangent relevance to things that are going on in the world, as you run through and hear little bits, you know, makes it feel more immersive.
Hate to break it to you, but we can't let you through. Too many monsters skulking about.
Oh, not again.
A wild night out in Wall Market. No thanks. Every place there's been a total ripoff.
Would it change anything if I told you some Shinra bigwigs were paying?
It very well might.
It's probably convenient that the DLC used, you know, a lot of the places created for the base game. It's a smart idea, rather than like doing a DLC about Yuffie in Wutai, which I'm assuming is gonna be, yeah, it's gonna happen in part 2, and expected to, because you go there in the game. And I forget from like the original version, if you're like obligated to go there but not obligated to get Yuffie, or if going there is like effectively getting her in the party. I kind of forget the details. I think you have to encounter her or something in combat. Kind of forget how it worked. But in any case, we're very likely in the remake of the part 2 of the remake to go there, and you know that will give them time to design all the assets and everything. So giving us the character in an environment we already know from part 1 is a great way to like provide a new story for a new character without doing all the work of making a whole new game. And it also fits in nicer as like a part of part 1, which is entirely in Midgar.
The Sector 7 reactor's fine.
Probably the least of all.
Due to an incident at the Sector 5 reactor, all trains have been temporarily suspended. Services will resume once each line has been declared safe for travel, so please bear with us.
So Sector 5 is where we dropped the plate. That's at least a reactor we destroyed. No, that was probably the first reactor you destroyed at the very start of the game. On like the introductory mission with Cloud. His first mission for Avalanche. I probably should have called this stream Part 0, since it's really like refamiliarizing myself with stuff. But at the same time, if I had started the DLC fresh on the stream, it would have been only like a minute or two of like walking through to arrive at Sector 7 with Yuffie. And then I would be inclined to do all of this exploration anyway. Because even though even though I would have been familiar with this place from having just played the base game, you know, I'd want to see like what people are saying and what the differences are with Yuffie running around. You don't just want to assume that there's nothing new to discover. So this actually works quite nicely because like I'm refamiliarizing myself with the environment now. And anybody who's repeating what they said isn't a big deal, because it's kind of like the first time I'm hearing it, because I don't really remember what everybody said from last year. Alright, I don't know if I can go to the factory. I remember doing combat there. I don't even know if that's accessible to me with Yuffie. I think the gate was closed, but in any case, I wouldn't want to go there. Alright. There's a residential area. What's this part? Municipal storage. Yeah, we can go check out the bar.
To look at things from down here, you'd never guess what had gone on up top.
Maybe we should move back.
Shinra
Yeah, Johnny, that was the dude. So, like, characters like that, got more play in the remake, and they were made very interesting. Yeah, this is where, like, his house was or something. I remember him standing here. But, Johnny got a little bit of time in the remake in part 1. But even a character like Jesse, who was, like, barely, was just there in the original game, got an actual, character defined and story for her. And that was great.
So get this. The Don Corneo's been sending talent scouts down here.
Uh-oh.
Already got to me.
Yeah, don't join his group.
Trust me, you don't want to hang around. You'll move it along.
I mean, what if I want pizza? Hi, puppy. Hi, rat. Get lost. Whatever.
Just look at him gouging prices. You didn't hear this from me. The set he's selling.
That's quite the outfit. But wait till you see my stock.
Aw, you had a discount on potions? Oh, I see. Yeah, I should probably buy unique stuff. I guess I'll clean you out of the high potions. So I probably won't need non-high potions, because I'm starting with a character who already has a level high enough to have, HP that warrants using a high potion to restore. So that's probably why we didn't get any potions to start with. Ooh, Astral Cuff. So, magic defense up. Way up. Alright. I can't say I'm too keen to use it, but gotta, certain things I want to be a completionist about, or at least try. And it's like, I want to get the materia, and I want to, like, use it in order to upgrade it. I did that in the base game for part 1 with, like, everything. I had, like, 3 or 4... like, I had a lot of things maxed out. But I was going to say, like, 3 or 4 versions of, like, each elemental materia, too. So, HP absorption, though, for a character that's going to fight solo, I can see the utility. So you gotta do something that matches the linked type. So I have the parry materia equipped, so this would be a good candidate to put with the parry materia, because if I'm gonna use it, I might as well get the HP absorption advantage from it too. So get my ATB bar filled faster, and heal at the same time. So I guess I just talked myself into actually using it. I'll buy this at some point, but I don't have enough money anyway.
Is this blood? Oh, that? No, that's a wine stain.
Nah, that's a wine stain. This is where we fought some rats. Are they going to be here? So I can try out some combat? Doesn't seem like it. These kitties! Oh my god. What is this? Hi, kitties! Kitty holding a business magazine. Two kitties tugging another magazine. Why are they doing that? Hey, I have Kira. Nice. Oh, you can... So it is still kind of marked as a region that allows for combat because I could do a kick. This kitty is like reading the magazine. Okay, what is going on with this? Why are there cats reading magazines and fighting over them? And this one just wants a, you know, a skewer of some barbecued meat. Like that makes sense, right? That's what cats eat food. But cats don't read magazines. This one's cuddled with it. Or no. Yeah, like, you know, it is. I think that's a magazine. What is going on? This is the turtle bar. Amazing. Alright, when we get around to the combat simulator that Chadley has. Yeah, I remember walking past this in the base game. I love this little section of food carts.
Maybe it's another jobless day on the ground floor.
Something tells me there'll be a lot more if Avalanche carries on the way it has.
I love that you overhear like the anti-avalanche propaganda, penetrating the wider population, because you know, like one of the nice story constructs is Avalanche is a terrorist organization, but they're very secretive, and so they don't themselves like have a lot of publicity on their behalf. Or really any, because it's too risky. So it's quite logical that most people, having not heard anything from Avalanche's side, would be influenced by the government's position on things. And, you know, some people are like having that intuitive, like, oh, well, you know, maybe they're trying to do this or that, or like I kind of agree with this or that. Like, but a lot of the other people are just like, these hardships that we're facing are due to Avalanche, you know, because that's what's being told to them, and they are facing a hardship, and so they're willing to hold that belief, and there's nobody really questioning it, and I don't think the media by large is either.
Well, now, that's quite the get-up you're sporting there.
Okay. Nice, new materia. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to have everything. Yeah, a lot of this stuff, I mean, all of the materia types were available in the base game, as far as I remember. And I had all of these maxed out. At least one instance of them. Healing probably several. It was a lot of effort to like constantly be swapping materia to get experience from battles and stuff, and using like I'd max out the things that were like the materia experience materia, whatever it was called, that increases how much experience you get on the linked materia. So I'd max that out as soon as possible. Anything like that I would max out, and then use it to just continuously get experience on any new materia I found, and like with some sensible trade-offs. Like after I got like my 10th fire materia, I was like, all right, I don't need to upgrade this one. But for a lot of these, like even if I didn't necessarily use the spells all the time, I still went through the effort and figuring out like where I can, you know, where I needed to have materia to make it through the combat, and where I could afford to just put extras in. And then I prioritized like weapons and armors that gave me additional materia slots, and then the upgrade system for the weapons. I always did the upgrades that granted me an additional materia spot like first. Like there was like the weapon upgrade trees, like sub trees or subgroups. Like I would always do within those, I would always hunt for the ones that gave me the extra materia slot and do it first, and then like kind of go back and do the other things like making it stronger or have additional damage of some kind, because I just wanted to double down and like get compounding yield on those things. If I'm gonna fight a battle, I might as well use that battle to get as much experience for as much materia as possible every time. Okay, at the moment, with 3,000 gil, probably I'd only buy something now if like I really wanted to try and get it upgraded so that by the end of the DLC I could use its most powerful form. And nothing really strikes me. Like HP and MP up ones are good examples of that. Like I got them maxed out, even though I don't really care about the boost at the lower levels. You got to spend time maxing it out so you can get to the higher levels, like MP up, when you get to the bosses where you're going to need the MP. But I have one. I don't know if I have it equipped or I'm going to equip it, but I have it. Alright, I think I'm good for now. I'll save the gil in case I find, like, I don't know, weapon or armor to buy. Like that armor for 7,000 that I found, or 8,000. Could save up for that. Alright, so we got another player. Is that you? Are you Kyrie? Alright, I'll be back. I'll play Fort Condor with you. There was something about that dog, right? Wasn't there like a quest where we looked for it or followed it? Followed the images of it? Watching the state-controlled media.
Searching for candidates.
That's me. I'm a candidate.
Candidate detected. Performing physical analysis. She seems relatively agile and has substantial muscle mass for her stature.
Damn right.
An acceptable candidate.
Hey, you want to tell me what you're mumbling about?
My apologies. My name is Chadley. Would you be interested in helping me with my research?
I would.
I'm Yuffie. Nice to meet you. So, what are you researching?
Combat. It would entail doing battle with a summon in a virtual arena using this portable simulator. Interested?
Yes.
Sure. Why not? I'm a kick its butt.
Very well then.
I don't think I've done any weapon upgrades anyway. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually defeat a summon materia, but if anything, I'll get experience with the combat. So cool. Okay. What happened to me? Did I fall asleep? Oh, I do not remember how to do this.
Okay.
Okay, so guard is R. I forget what parry is though. Y? Dang.
What a shame. It was a close match. However, I did manage to obtain some invaluable data. Analyze and learn from your mistakes so that you can claim victory next time.
That unfortunately wasn't the most helpful, like, tutorial. Because, you know, it was just one Esper. I wasn't quite sure, like, how the regular stuff worked.
Can I assume you're ready to do battle with a
better than
virtual
nothing.
summon? When you feel suitably prepared, please.
Let me see what happened with my quest objective. That's the thing I was looking for. There it is. So this is what I started last year. Right, so I followed the Moogle posters into Sector 7. Yeah, the robed man. I kind of forget what that was. And then met up with a collaborator. And then this happened here, so talk to them. Alright, so the main quest just requires you to just meet up with Chadley. You don't have to do anything else, but I'll want to actually go through with defeating Ramu at some point. So it becomes a discovery quest. Let me try again. Because I really feel like I didn't even understand quite what was going on in the battle. Where I felt pretty comfortable in Part 1 base game when I got used to it. Okay, right. Abilities. That's what I want to get used to, is the sequence of abilities that you want to use to, like,
What a shame. It was a
gain
close match.
ATB
However, I
faster,
did manage to
make your
obtain some
attacks
invaluable data.
more
Analyze
powerful.
and learn from your mistakes so that you can claim victory.
That's what I remember doing from the base game. Let's look at battle settings. Yeah, okay, so left button and X is Art of War. So this is like, yeah, what I got comfortable with. And then the limit break, you can set which one you want quick access to. So what are her abilities? Let's look at them in another context. Not there, but I am curious to see. We could upgrade the boomerang. So I already gave this one some upgrades last year. So I got Thievery and AP up. So I can use Mug to steal stuff. And yeah, so this is what I mean by like getting things that compound. You know, increased AP. Got that first so I could get other stuff more quickly. Alright, so I already did that last year. What does it say about Ramu? I didn't use the examine spell, whatever that is. Assess. I want to see her skills. Is there a place where I can get a description of them and what's being worked on? So the weapons have a spell that you learn by doing the proficiency thing. Elemental ninjutsu. So exploit an enemy's weakness with an elemental ninjutsu attack. So I have Carbuncle as a summon. Are any of these involved in the ninjutsu elemental stuff? I'm not sure. Cool, that's not as useful a refresher on combat as I was hoping for. Hey, this is, what's her face?
Got the place a guard dog.
Marl.
Figured it'd spare my tenants the trouble of chasing off nosy men.
Whose name could be a Chrono Trigger reference, or?
Ah, have business with the Merc, do ya? If it's a job you want done, he's your man, but otherwise, don't bother. Got the place a guard dog. Figured it'd spare my
By Merc.
business with the Merc, do ya? If it's a job
Do you mean
want
Chrono?
done, he's your man, but otherwise, don't bother.
So this is where Chrono stayed. There's some really nice scenes here. All right. chakra. That was a materia that I think I used a lot on like Tifa. Has its own set of abilities, I think. Oh, I see. It's just healing. But yeah, I think I used it on Tifa as a way to allow her to heal herself. It might be a better way, like, because the advantage is that you don't use MP. It's just part of an ability gained through just by having the materia, a skill you can use when your ATB is ready. So it could potentially be a better fit than healing materia, which costs MP to use, which I might want to use on other things. So okay, so right button and then B to activate. I wasn't pressing B. I think that was my issue. Yeah, working on assess to get it on all targets is valuable, because it's nice to get the assess to know things, but doing a target at a time during battle is a waste. So having it equipped just to get it to the next level is worth it. Yeah, Deadly Dodge, I had that on Cloud. That was quite fun to do. Yeah. After you dodge, when you do an attack, it does it to an area. Yeah, that's good. And then Wind, I haven't actually fought any battles since equipping it. But having some spell that does elemental damage is a good idea. Yeah, so really the only thing I can see like replacing is the healing materia for chakra. And I already got it to Cura, so maybe transition to something else for now. It's called chakra, and it kind of has a affinity with martial arts style combat, so it feels like Yuffie is a good fit for it. Cool, that was a nice find. It's good to explore. Yeah, I found that in the base game they didn't, like, one of the things I liked about it, it was very linear storytelling for most of it. There was only one section of the game at all where you had the luxury to just do whatever you wanted for a while. I guess maybe two, but like one big section where you can like go everywhere and do side quests. But other than that, it was very straightforward, and I really enjoyed that. I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything, which with RPG games, it's like a delicate balance between wanting to have something that offers you the chance to go explore things, but also not wanting to feel overwhelmed, and then you're like missing out on stuff. It struck the balance quite nice, and I feel like the section where I was exploring on my own and just wandering around doing stuff was kind of my least favorite, because the game did such a good job of linear storytelling that I was just so compelled to keep moving, and like in many cases literally just walking while the characters were talking. Like you're going somewhere on the map, but like you're not actually really, it's more just like a animated movie sequence, and it felt really nice, because it's like you're playing a role as a player in moving the characters, but you're not really doing anything. Mostly you're just like making the movie happen. And the camera angles they selected, like POV, switching between POV and like over the shoulder, and other camera angles gave you this blended feel of like you're there, but you're also watching a story unfold. It was really great. But in the times when you had like exploration, they also gave you the right tools to know, like, you know, go explore something and find a treasure chest, and like go do the side quest to get a reward. You kind of knew what it was. You didn't like feel like you had to hunt down everything like without any help. So it was a good balance between like giving you opportunities to do things on the side, but also giving you enough tools to make you not feel like you're wasting your time.
The bombings must have freaked the monsters out.
Is this how I came in? This might actually be a great way to do some combat. Let's try parry. Whoop.
Do your worst. What are you waiting for? Just great.
How do I get out of that?
And Wutai's white rose withers away. Oh, you gotta be kidding me! With the power of his providence!
Yeah, it's not like a true, you know, real-time game. You can't like evade stuff by dodging. Okay, so I removed my healing spell, so that's great.
I can see him right now, laughing at me.
I've got the ability to summon, but I don't really want to. I just want to practice the combat. Yeah, I got to remind myself like that this isn't a real-time fighting game.
With the power of his providence!
That attack is brutal. And once I'm bound,
Tell me, which way is it to Wutai?
these guys, I might not be like story-wise supposed to be here, but that's fine. Because like, you know, I would expect that the enemies I fight are kind of trivially beatable. But it still serves as like refresher on how this works.
I taste terrible.
With the power of his providence. You're gonna get what's coming to you. Felt that one, did ya? With the power of his providence. At least put up a fight. With the power of his providence. I'm unstoppable. No way! No way. No freaking way.
Winter comes.
Okay.
And Moontide's bright rose.
That helped me a lot more. Also, the amount I was hitting this Wrathhound and doing such little damage, yeah, it confirms that this is not an encounter I'm supposed to be dealing with right now, just based on the amount of damage I do with the abilities. But it was helpful just to get that little bit of rhythm of like throw the weapon, do some combat, retrieve it, do an ability, repeat the pattern. You know, maybe at some point use another ability, maybe use magic. That's kind of the rhythm I want to be able to get in. So I'm kind of satisfied having that refresher. And I could try and take this thing down with Cure Magic to actually, like, heal more effectively when I need it. Let's see how it goes this time.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Find me! With the
Ow.
Run like a chocobo? Just tell me.
Cool.
Which way is it? To Moontown.
I didn't even try to use Cure, but that was still fun. I got a little more familiarity too with the holding X down to jump back, and then throw the weapon again, or do magic. So that's kind of her rhythm will be to throw the weapon, go close, do a bunch of attacks, jump back, retrieve the weapon, or yeah, I guess retrieving the weapon is jumping close in to start doing martial attacks, and then do an attack, jump back. The ATB should be like ready to do a skill, and kind of do that in sequence. It's fun. It's a nice style of blended combat. Like at first I was just kind of intuitively trying to like dodge an attack by running, which you can do. Like what you do on the field does have an impact, but it's really all kind of fodder in some sense for the command system.
Monsters have been acting strange, so it's not going to be good for any of us. Wu-Tai's got their claws in this.
So let's see what else is on the map here. I think in the center is where Barrett's bar is. So what do I have set as my materia now? still are healing, so let's set chakra. We should be okay with that. Start working on it.
Attention! For 3 gil, you can play Fort Condor against the lovely... Kyrie. Oh, and I get my hands on those winnings. It'll be the greatest party ever.
Or I was wrong. It's not here. This is like a gathering.
Everyone, listen up. Time for Stamp, the loyal little helper. Bow wow, I'm Stamp, the good boy who never stops helping. Captain's given me a very important mission to buy bread for tonight's dinner. So with his super duper nose, Stamp went into town to sniff out a bakery. He went a sniff sniff here and a sniff sniff there. Even finding milk, sausage, and cake didn't distract him.
That's funny.
Using his trusty nose, Stamp was able to find the best, most yummiest bakery in the whole city. And from that bakery, he picked out the best, most yummiest smelling loaf of bread. Thinking about how pleased
So I don't remember if in the base game
his tail and singing a happy song.
it was revealed that like Stamp is a avalanche thing. I kind of forget. I know there was a quest involving like
Stamp asked the forlorn little fellow.
finding the Stamp drawings and like following them to something, but I forget what the story was to it.
So Stamp gave the crying Moogle his loaf of bread.
If it's the case that it's like an avalanche thing, then it might be part of like, you know, propaganda, training the next generation. How come I can't pick this up? There we go. Warding materia. Ah, debuff duration, right. Cool. Okay, so should I go do the main quest? That is here. No, the happy ending. Here. Yeah, the person who was like advertising for them on the street. There's also this weapon shop I didn't... Did I go to that one? I may have. Go left past Shadley and check it out.
Then Stamp waved goodbye and returned to base. When he got there, he went straight to the captain and told him what had happened. The captain was very proud of Stamp.
You know the landlady, Morrow. Someone certainly dresses the heart. Is it true what they're saying? Even the ladies are starting to...
Wars are coming, people.
Yeah, I didn't go to this guy yet in the DLC.
Huh? I ain't seen you around here before. Sure you're in the right store?
Nope. Alright. Wow, lots of stuff I don't have. I remember some of these from the base game. Yeah, I like that there's a track of, you know, physical resistance versus magic resistance. And then oftentimes there's like this one, which is materia heavy, so it's poor resistance overall, but it's got 4 materia slots. That's the kind of stuff I often used to try and maximize my materia upgrades. And it's got 1 linked one too. But a lot of these, like, you can start adding links and whatnot through the upgrades. I guess not the armor so much, I forget. But yeah, I don't think I need to buy one. I probably will never need to buy one from here. But accessories could be useful. I thought I had something like this. Or is that a weapon ability? It's not a bad thing to have for if I'm fighting by myself. Ah, that's what it is. Revival earrings break upon use, and seraphic earrings are revival earrings but in permanent form. Okay, so that was an unnecessary purchase, but whatever. I don't care. Gold Gil is easy to come by. Guns are useless against Wutai, huh? By Merc, I assume they mean Cloud. I'm trying to pose for a photo. There we go.
Hey lady, are you lost or something? Look at me, I'm helping the neighborhood watch.
Yep, I am kind of lost.
We must have found a game.
We might have the bullets to fend him off.
What's gonna happen to our town?
Nothing. You and I are gonna protect it, no matter what.
Oh yeah? That was very courageous of you. Crook or Merc, we got weapons that work.
Oh, the joy and cheer that await at the Happy Turtles. Oh, greetings, Softshell. So,
Greetings,
how many of those
Softshell.
flyers did you find?
What?
Ahem. Collect just 6 flyers for the Happy Turtle, and a one-of-a-kind prize could be yours.
Oh yeah?
Ring any bells?
Nope.
Nope.
Well then,
That's what she said.
allow me to explain. The Happy Turtle's running a contest, and the rules are simple. All you have to do is collect 6 of our fabulous
So this was the narrative way to get you to
You'll
explore.
earn yourself a prize sure to delight even the dourest Diamondback. Sadly, a handful of locals have taken to acting like stinkpots toward anything Wutaian, especially since the bombings. Some have even gone so far as to tear down my poor posters. Little wonder nobody's won yet.
Bummer.
Which leaves me in a pretty
I love her like kind of whimsical
my
attitude.
game might be your game. By collecting just a handful of flyers, you could be the first, and at this rate, the only winner of the most tested in Arius contest in Midgard.
Tested in Arius.
This here's a sample of one of our ads. Breathtaking, isn't it? Now it's up to you to find all 6. Leave no shell unturned, no pond unplumbed.
That prize is as good as mine.
Okay.
Ah, since you're here, you wouldn't happen to have any Condor coins on you, would you? This job may keep a shell over my head, but my real passion's coin collecting. I'd gladly part with some oddities and commodities in exchange for those little beauts.
Cool. Alright, let's get a shock trooper so that next time we play we have a cool unit to use. And then we'll buy the sentry and other things.
Sonon's gotta be back by now.
Yeah, so they even put them on the map, I think. So there's the poster we're looking for. Yeah, I was thinking about it as I was running around, was that like, this is probably going to be redundant, because, you know, like in the base game they did it, and in a lot of games they do it, where if they've created an area that you can explore, they often give you motivation to do so within the story. And it's quite nice. They did exactly that in the base game. So let's go near one and interact with it and see what it looks like to... Oops. Where's the abandoned warehouse that this thing is showing me? Oh no. And there's the outskirts. That's how I came in, I think. Was the outskirts. And it connects to the scrapyard. Oh, it connects to the abandoned warehouse. Interesting. Okay. So it's that little one. The flyers, not the big poster. Some kids hid one somewhere, floating through the air, near Old Snapper's friend's apartment building. A cat took one. We know that one. On the town bulletin board, we can find that, near the old telegraph factory. I think, we should be able to spot them. Keep an eye. Just keep these in my head so that as I walk, if anything sounds like something on this list, I can dig in deeper. But the cat one we already know. But it's probably just faster to just like do a perimeter sweep. You know, kids.
Huh, I know that tune anywhere.
Oh, it also plays music. Oh, we're the bad guys. I see it.
You never stood a chance, little guy.
Oh my god. And we got music. That was awesome. I love that it has music associated with it. So that's probably the one the kids hid.
Is it true? Is Jessie really hurt? Well, she was, but she's doing a lot better now.
That's good.
That's good.
I think Jessie died, right? That was a big emotional moment in the first part. So it's not terribly. It's not terribly difficult to like run around and find these, but it's kind of like you get motivation to explore the town through this, but you could just trivially, you know, run quickly, grab all these, and not pay attention to anything you run by. So it's still your choice how much you want to explore.
I want a balloon like that.
Ah, so you pop it.
Don't worry, I'll be back soon.
Is that? Yeah, there he is.
We gotta be brave.
I recognize his voice.
Oh, you're purring like a motor, aren't you, little buddy?
What's going on?
Not right now. I'm in the middle of something important.
Petting your kitty.
Not right now. I'm in the middle of something important.
Love it.
There.
Riot Trooper Barracks. Oh yeah, for the game. I bet you Wedge plays. He seems like he would play. Alright, so we go over here and we strike this thing. There it goes. It got caught. And it's hanging down. We'll go over there and get it, but let's see if there's anything else over here. Nope. So it also serves as like a tutorial of how you can, you know, manipulate the environment.
Whoa, that ninja star's so cool. Wonder if my mom will buy me one of those balloons.
At first, I was planning on making that Merc sword.
So is the Happy Turtle like a pet shop for turtles?
Alright, how do I get up there?
But a ninja.
Hey there, kiddies. Stuck on the ground floor again.
A timely alarm keeps neighbors from harm. Am I right? Yeah. It's all
Stuck on the ground floor again.
Wait, is that the song of the turtle I hear? Whoa, that ninja star's so cool. Wonder if my mom will buy me one of those balloons.
Oh, it's lying on the
I
ground.
was planning on making that Merc sword.
The gumshoe ninja strikes again.
Stuck on the ground floor again.
You're not gonna believe this, but you know that new town
I kind of enjoyed doing my tour of the area without the quests, because like, you know, my eyes are kind of looking out for the Happy Turtle stuff, whereas before I just had the freedom to stop, listen in, not think about
Maybe they'll start cutting.
the poster.
You give up your dream of living on the plate?
Hey, do you know what war is?
There's no sound of a motor.
Sir? What are we gonna do?
Hey, over here!
Can't believe those freaking morons. They damn near got themselves eaten trying to hide that stupid poster. You stay away from that factory, you hear? Place has monsters.
So I got to go in there and fight my way to the poster.
Fiends have been acting up since the bombings, like they know something we don't. Just wish that Merc were still around. He'd sort those critters out.
I'll do it for you.
Fiends have been acting up since the bombing. Just wish that Merc were still around.
Cool. I've never seen a soldier up close.
Stay alert now.
Alright, so
Coming for you, Flyer.
now that we have a little more combat experience, maybe we'll actually do better. Yay! Cool. It's cool how that works. Is there anyone here to fight? Okay, good thing I bought that. Or found it. Either way. Alright. Let's sit on the bench. There we go. Here's some good fighting time.
Get ready for the beating of a lifetime! With the power of his providence! Felt that one, did ya? You're gonna get what's coming to you. Ready for a smackdown? Weather this! Well, can't fault him for trying.
Yeah, that's what I meant by like trivially beatable. Like I didn't really have to think, but it's good that I tried something because the combat mechanics, like I wanted to actually do right, even when it was, you know, easy combat and it wouldn't matter. Specifically, what I want to make sure I do is to get my proficiency, set an element to enhance and use for ninjutsu. I gotta do that right. So I didn't use ninjutsu, I think. Alright, well let's get it and then we'll continue fighting things in here. Yeah, the metal is dope.
At least put up a fight.
I actually want to try using chakra. Oh, assess mug, fire ninjutsu. Let's try that. Let's try that again.
You learned your lesson.
I should have done chakra right before the end of the battle, but I wanted to really check if I'm actually doing the... Yeah, okay, so I did it. So that might have been the fire one, actually. Maybe. The 2 times I did it might have gained me 10% proficiency, I think. It's hard to tell. But let's adjust these things so that could stay Art of War. Ah, so there's the all the elemental ones. Which might make it not terribly useful in this menu because I might want to pick it each time. Okay, so maybe this can stay as a windstorm. XY. High potion we can replace with chakra. And then A. Arrow. Cool. But we'll probably use the menu to go to the elemental ninjutsus to get the proficiency up. And while we're here, how do I use spells? All right, because I unequipped Cure, but I can equip it real quick. Perfect. Probably unnecessary, but it's okay. This is also like kind of a tutorial reminding myself how to do these things in the menus. So there is a way to sort these too, by order obtained. That could be helpful. Oh boy. Gotta fight 2 of these guys to get it.
Worst day ever.
So I can only use fire when I like look at it this way. Oops. Let's use the chakra.
Might as well.
You fell asleep.
No way!
Fell asleep again. And I'm poisoned.
Don't close your... Come on, get it together, Yuffie. I tried, my precious. I
Neat.
really did.
Alright, so I gotta pay more attention. They can poison me, and will poison me, and put me to sleep. I don't think I got the star pendant. Right? So how exactly... 20% HP of damage taken. Is it like recently, like right after I take damage? I think that's what it is. It's right after I take damage I'm supposed to use it. And it cures poison too. That's one of the benefits of having it. Yeah, so if you, the more is restored, the lower your HP. That's what I kind of figured. I don't think it's like you have to do it within a certain time window of having received that damage. I don't think it's that, but I might be wrong.
Stay back! I'm warning you! Let's turn up the pace!
Get out of my way.
Better to be safe than sorry. Fight me! Thought you had me. Don't close your... No way! Great. Just great. Might as well. No biggie. You're mine, Pop. Run like a chocobo. Fight me! Breathe.
Come on, I wanted to take advantage of me being staggered.
Might as well. This is nothing. Might as well. Don't close your...
Oh no.
No way. No
I get to auto revive though.
freaking right now. Laughing at me.
Let's do it.
Time to wreak some serious havoc. Score! Better to be safe than sorry. No way! Great. Just great. Ready for a smackdown? This is nothing. Better to be safe than sorry. This is nothing. No biggie. Let's turn up the grill. Let's turn up the grill.
That's how it works. So you have to use it and then throw, and then use martial arts.
This is nothing.
Awesome.
Dun, 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 dun.
So I'm learning more and more, or remembering more and more. It's really fun.
Gotcha.
Hey, first strike, nice. I had that on cloud. Some pretty dope music. Nice. Gil and a high potion, very good. Alright, so I came in here, I went left, went to the bench, came in through here and then there. So I didn't do this room. Alright, so let's go check this out, I guess, and then go back, come back this way and go into this room, I think.
Alright, let's see how this plays out.
For trying.
Cool. I thought this was the path we already took earlier. Yeah, it is.
For the beating of a lifetime.
So they just come back. Cool.
And our heroine triumphs again.
Are these guys back? No. I wonder why these ones came back. Alright, let's see what's in here.
Think you can take me?
Cool. This is fun. I'm enjoying that combat. I like her ninjutsu. Like you activate it, you throw the weapon, you do like those kind of chakra arts that happen at distance. You jump back. It is a kitty behind the boxes. Love that. So, you know, they did this on purpose with the DLC, I think, not just for her character in the long run, but also as a character that you're going to play by herself. You wanted to have a combat style that allowed her to keep her distance from the packs to avoid just getting, like, beat to death. And this style works for her. And if I don't use it, then that's when I, you know, got killed really easily or took a lot of damage. But when I used it properly, I kept my distance and did major damage and was able to constantly have abilities to activate. And I'm giving you tons of opportunities to try out this thing. Well, that's how you go back. I did it.
You just go in there and kick the tar out of those fiends all by yourself? For real?
Yep.
I might have.
Well, color me impressed. Hey, got a proposition for you. Our town could use a good fighter like you. So what would you say to joining the neighborhood watch?
I'm in.
And risk my neck for this stump? Find another sucker.
You know, I'm betting you could do just as good a job as our merc.
Maybe
anyway,
not just as
we'd
good.
Love to have you
but
if you
good.
change your mind.
Cloud is pretty strong.
Stranger danger! I know that tune anywhere.
So this is the community bulletin board. And I ripped the Shinra meeting thing.
Gotcha.
Perfect.
You thought you could hide from me, didn't ya?
Awesome. So good. Okay, I might call the stream here and find the rest of these next time and continue with the story. Yeah, that seems good. So this was a bit of like a combined, let's say, a part 0 session where I just kind of introduced the game and, you know, familiarize myself with the controls and things, and then a little bit of the part 1 where I actually did some stuff. But that was the way I wanted to approach it again, because I, needed to be eased back into the systems of this game, and the DLC doesn't start you quite at the beginning of things because they assume you've already had the experience of playing the base game. But that experience for me is out of my active memory, so I need a reminder. So this will be it for now. Let's save. Not resume playing. How do I save? Save load. There we go. Do I need to make empty slots? I mean, I guess so. I guess it can't hurt. Cool. Well, thank you for joining, and see you next time.